This week marks 10 years since Joey Badass released his debut mixtape 1999. Some people call this the greatest mixtape of all time, and for good reason. Joey was able to channel his favorite artists from the past to create a new classic hip-hop record, helping to usher in the underground sound of the modern day, while being one of the first artists with this throwback sound to get attention and love from the mainstream. This project was released on June 12th in 2012, when Joey was just 17 years old, with most of the project being recorded when he was just 16, echoing the brilliance of a teenage Nas with Illmatic. I am just 2 years younger than Joey, so he was really the first artist of my generation, the first of my peers who was able to make music that I connected to. I remember sitting in Spanish class when I was 15, talking to my friend Gotham, and we were just like, wow, this kid is our age. We couldn't believe it. In 2012 when this came out, I'll just be honest, I was a hater. I only liked old school hip hop. If it wasn't from the 90s, then I straight up didn't want to hear it. That is, until 1999 was released. The project sounds like an evolution of the classic 90s New York style, but Joey, along with his pro-era comrades, bring a fresh new approach to their bars and presentation. The rapping has moments where they talk about the regular 21st century hooliganism of high school troublemakers, like cutting class and playing beer pong, but it also has moments where the rappers sound well beyond their years. It's amazing that these artists who are so young were able to connect and make pieces of art that's so timeless. The opening track, Summer Nights, which was produced by Chuck Strangers, perfectly sets the stage for this mixtape, with the beat sounding like the embodiment of a night when you and your friends are all up later than ever, when the mystery of the night's possibilities is what keeps you going. Joey comes in with his verse, which is probably the first time that most people heard Joey rap, saying, "It's been a minute since they seen a style with no gimmicks, clouds is they limits cause we in 'em." In his first line ever, he already calls out the modern crop of rap artists. Mainstream rap for really the past decade has been filled with rappers gaining popularity through gimmicks and clout chasing. Joey almost predicts the SoundCloud and meme rap generation with this bar, all while separating himself from the pack. And that's what I love about Joey. There's truly no gimmicks, no attempts to drum up controversy or anything in his whole career. He has built his fan base simply off the music. The second track, Waves, is the first landmark single of his career. This song is such a time capsule for me. You can literally hear the youth in Joey's voice. He sounds younger than he does on the whole album, but his lyrics are so poised and mature. He starts off the verse saying, "Since 9-5, mama's been working 9 to 5, and I know the landlord's fed up with our lies. So we pray to the gods, the Jahs, and the Allahs to keep us safe and watch our lives." These bars are so relatable and humbling. In just these 4 lines, we're able to get a really insightful view into Joey's home life and his spiritual code, and he glides over this mellow beat so effortlessly. It's really not surprising why Joey became so instantly connected to his listeners with this project. From the Tombs is another Chuck Strangers beat, and gives this project a different flavor than the first 2 tracks. It's still laid back, but this one is more lively with scratches and a fun feature verse from Chuck. The third verse from Joey is dedicated to his dislike of school. Back when I was in high school, I remember really connecting with the song, but now it's just a fun track that shows off the early range of Joey and his friends. But it's the next track, Survival Tactics, that really sets this project apart from the pack. This is by far the best track on the mixtape, and in my opinion, it's the best thing that Joey has ever made. This was the first track that I ever heard from Joey, and it immediately blew me away. The beat is aggressive and head-knocking, and Joey is a lyrical assassin, dropping quotable after quotable. I remember when I first heard this song, texting my friends telling them that I found a one-man Wu-Tang Clan. But the greatness of this song, and really the whole project, can't be talked about without getting into Joey's pro-era partner, Capital Steez. Stilo appeared 3 times in this project, but he steals the show on every single turn. What Joey brings in presence and energy, Steez matches with a wizardly command over the English language. His verse on Survival Tactics is truly one of my favorite verses from anyone ever recorded. Steez provides a verse on the next track, Illuminati, as well, with a perfect beat from Knowledge, and Joey and Stilo going back and forth, displaying Black Star levels of chemistry and wordplay. This is one of the best songs of the whole Beast Coast movement. Hard Knock is a classic Joey joint, teaming up with CJ Fly, the most underrated artist in all of Beast Coast to me. World Domination has a Pinky in the Brain sample and an MF Doom beat, and is one of the most fun tracks here, letting Joey channel his inner villain and solidifying him along with Earl Sweatshirt and Tyler the Creator as the premier MF Doom disciples of that era. Pennyroyal also has a doom beat and has Joey getting more sentimental, rapping about a girl who we lost in the past. If the braggadocio and smoker bars ever lose their luster, this is a track that really stands out and shows his potential as a storyteller and a truly great writer. Daily Routine is sort of along with Waves for me, with this super chilled out beat perfectly laying the ground for Joey to get personal on the mic, letting us into his life and rapping about his daily routine. This is the type of song that is responsible for Joey's incredible fan base. After listening to it, it feels like you know him a little better each time. And Snakes is the ultimate vibe, with a J Dilla beat and Tina Apex providing one of the best hooks of Joey's career. On Don't Front, Joey teams up with Static Selecta, a consistent partner for Joey over the years, and a producer who perfectly complements Joey's new age boom bap revitalist sound. Righteous Minds is a personal favorite of mine. The beat is so pleasantly nostalgic, and Joey gets more personal than ever, rapping about maintaining his mind and dignity in a world full of people trying to get one over on you. It's weird that I'm still able to find knowledge within this album, as something that I've been listening to for over a decade, and with me now being 8 years older than where Joey was here, but the project is just filled with these memorable nuggets of life that really stick with me every day. And Third Eye Shit continues the tradition of a Tribe Called Quest scenario on Low End Theory, with an epic posse cut closing out the track list. The song features verses from Capital Steez, CJ Fly, Chuck Strangers, Diamond Lewis, Nick Caution, Kirk Knight, Rockamouth, Tina Apex, Desi Hines, and Joey himself. Since the release of this mixtape, Joey has released a number of albums and mixtapes, all of which I really enjoy, even though they never quite match the perfection of this tape. Along with the 10-year anniversary of 1999, Joey will be releasing his long-awaited sequel, called 2000. I've seen a lot of people with sort of mixed feelings leading up to this project's release, and I'm really not sure why. With all the projects that he's released, he really has no misses, and each project to this point has added to the last, and he's evolved and grown as an artist while keeping the same inspirations and love for hip-hop at its core. 2000 will likely not be as good as 1999, but that's fine, because it's not 1999. There will never be another 1999. It was the perfect album that hip-hop needed at the time that it was released. If there was no 1999, then artists like Westside Gunn, Mach-Hommy, and Freddie Gibbs would not be getting anywhere near the type of notoriety that they are today. 1999 and Joey Badass showed people that New York still mattered and will always matter in hip-hop. Thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know down in the comments what is your favorite track on 1999. If you enjoyed the video and want to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, that is always appreciated. I come out with videos talking about hip-hop every 1 to 2 weeks, and I got a lot more headed your way. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram if you want to talk about music, or if you want to get updates on my upcoming videos or anything. Also, make sure to follow me on Beams. I'm making shorter videos over there multiple times per week, and I'm also going to be incorporating them into a weekly playlist on Spotify starting this week, so stay tuned for that. I am so excited for the release of 2000, and I'm definitely going to be giving my thoughts on it, along with a lot of the other anticipated albums coming out this year over on Beams, so a lot is coming soon. Thanks for watching.